Where do we go from here, guys? Where do we go from here? Wow, it's been a very, 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 very long time since I've had the pleasure of drinking with my good mate, Christoph, El Degustation. How you doing, mate?
Well, I'm still alive. Yes, yeah, it was a year. Yes, it was a year, but it was a very, very tiring year. I don't know if anyone knows, but I'm a frontline workers working in care home, so it's really tough. Despite that I'm in constant danger, half of the stuff gone for different reasons, so there's even more hours to cover. And you know what? I have no time to drink beer. I have no time to play games. It's really frustrating. So I'm
Well,
very happy to have a beer today.
yes, yeah. So am I, mate. So am I. I'm looking forward to these two beers. I mean, the most expensive supermarket beers going, aren't they, at the moment? I mean, the Camden one, £8.50. I mean, we will talk a little bit more about that price, regardless of what the beer is going to be like when we get to open it. And the Vocation one, £5 out of Tesco's. Heard some really, really good things about the Vocation beer. So yeah, we're going to be having a go on this one first.
Yeah. I think we should start from the lighter beer.
We'll start on the low ABV one. Just a measly 10% on this one. Camden Beer 2020.
Yeah, let's see how it will be. Barrel aged Imperial Pilsner. Well, this should be nice. Artistic wise, it's all right.
Yeah,
it's only three colors.
Artwork on it, I think.
Brown, gold, and white. What? It's all right. You have some kind of orchestra, barrels, people trying to drink beer somehow. Very unrealistic scene, because you can't see this anymore anywhere.
Yeah. Days gone by. This is only going to be the second one that I've had from this sort of like annual release that they do. I had the 2019 last year. I think I had that twice actually, but they did reduce it down to £5 a bottle at the end of Christmas last year, and I thought it was all right. This has been going since about 2012, I think, when they started doing this sort of project, shall we say. But let's see what we get with it, shall we, Christoph?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Fuller's is doing similar thing, isn't it? They have vintage beer every year, and on the website I think I saw like last 3 years box, so you can compare last year's.
Yeah. No, it's all good, I suppose. I mean, the Fuller stuff's pretty solid. I normally either get the Imperial Stout or the Vintage Ale every year.
So it's a nice Camden cup.
I do like Camden. I think their house beer is very, very good in the summer months.
Oh, you know what? Good beer is always good. Doesn't matter from which brewery, and that's why we came here to tell you what beer is good. It doesn't matter if it's big commercial brewery or small, not very famous microbrewery. The beer, it matters.
Yeah, I've got no issue. I've got no real issue with AB InBev owning these guys. It is what it is in this day and age now. It seems to be happening more and more. But I don't mind. It pisses
No,
some
I think
people.
it's very hard to find out, is it really independent brewery or not? Because the money goes in a secret way, and you have nice breweries that like part of big conglomerate, and you never know.
Yeah. Anyway, just before we get into this, I'll just try and get all the comments wrapped up so far. So we've got Thomas, Window Beer Reviews. Hi, everyone. Hello, Thomas. My mate Scott. Hurry up, he says. We're on, mate. We're on now. Jake O'Beer. Evening, gents. Hello, Jake. And then we've got Craig from Camp Beer Reviews. Hey, gents. And then Beer Wonder. Scott, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas to you as well, buddy. JB's in the house. Hello, Dean. Hello, Christoph. Still owe you
Hello.
2 beers, Christoph, and I ain't forgot. You got some beers coming from JB, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know. Why not? Yeah.
Scott saying evening to Jonathan. And then Jonathan saying evening back to Scott on the Guinness Clear.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, let's have a look at this beer then, eh?
Right, it looks quite hazy.
Yeah, it's nice haziness about it. Plenty of carbonation.
Quite light in color. Small
like
head.
champagne bubbles in that.
It's a small head.
I've got a big 3-finger marshmallow on mine.
I was more gentle in the pool.
Right, nose.
Well, nice maltiness with a hint of citrus, mostly lemon.
Get a little bit of that sort of like barrel aroma to it. It's a very faint woodiness with the citrus in it.
Oh yeah, it's very gentle woodiness. Yeah, it's there.
It's got that nice like you get. I mean, you're going to get it with a Pilsner anyway, but you get that nice sort of like little fresh peppery waft about it.
Well, for me, it's like slight woodiness with a maybe touch of vanilla, and like a very, very distant smokiness.
You getting any of the alcohol going up your nostrils?
No alcohol.
No, I'm not.
Maybe a touch of funkiness, because it is like maybe just those barrel aging gave such a note.
I think it's two. It's gone in two. I think it's gone in white wine barrels and a rum barrel, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember that because I think they swap it year in, year out. But I know it's definitely white wine barrels and then another barrel, but I don't know. But shall we go in for the kill on it, mate?
Yep.
Cheers. Merry Christmas,
Cheers.
Christopher.
Yeah, you too. Merry Christmas for everyone.
Wow.
Very gentle beer. Velvety. Smile on his face. Yes, it tells you everything.
That is really good, actually.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a little part of me wanted to be a little miffed with it for the price, and there is no excusing it. It is a very expensive beer.
Well, I'll tell you something what I had on a till. I bought few beers. I went with my daughter, right? We went to the ice. It was very small Waitrose, right? But we've got few beers. I also got Fuller's vintage one, right? So it wasn't like only one expensive beer in the basket, but Kasia like, scanned the beer. I never saw such expensive beer. What's this? Can you see? It's so expensive. I'm like, wait a second. You know what? I'm actually surprised here because on the website it's $8.50. On the shelf, it's $8.50, and I see it's only says $7.50 for me. Like, okay, I like
Right.
it.
Okay.
It's not so expensive. What you talking, woman?
Oh,
No, $7.50. That's what I
okay.
paid. So I was very surprised. $7.50.
Yeah. I wonder if I paid $7.50 for. I know when I picked it up off the shelf, it had $8.50 on the
Yeah,
tag.
definitely on the shelf was saying
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, flavors on this. Flavors on this. Let's go in on it again. I mean, there's no hiding that the barrel aging of it. You definitely get that. You get the citrus woodiness. It's got that nice sort of carbonation pop on it, hasn't it? It's very, very drinkable.
Yeah. It's super rich if you're thinking about maltiness. Nice maltiness, but it's very rounded beer. There's no like extremes here. Nice, velvety, smooth maltiness. And then on top of this, you have barrel aging. So you
Yeah.
have woodiness, a hint of funkiness, at least for me. And you have nice bitterness later on. And you know what? It's quite gassy. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. It's really good, actually. It is really, really nice.
But when you're drinking, carbonation is very soft. You almost can forget about this. But then, of course, it's coming back.
Yeah, it's very, very delicate, pillowy mouthfeel. Very sort of like airy. There's nothing too heavy about it.
It's very flat.
I get the white grape sort of vibe in there with citrus.
Yeah, because on the first it's delicate, it's very drinkable. You have nice citrusy accents, and then you have quite distinctive bitterness, which is quite herbal. Mostly, like very traditional hops. So even with a small metallic note on the very end. Well, nice. And
Yeah, I mean,
bitterness especially, it's nice here because it like it's put there to counter the nice richness of the beer. So yeah, I like it.
Right, okay. We'll go back. We'll go back to the beer in a bit. Let me just get on with the comments. Scott, what's he put? 12 cans of punk. 12 quid tonight. I'll say good night now. He loves his punk. He loves his punk. Merry Christmas, everyone. Indeed. Ooh. Christoph, beer of the year.
Beer of the year. Well, you know what? I think it's not one beer, but we had very nice few beers in this area. So nice stouts recently.
Yeah.
From different breweries, but very nice stouts. And I like this trend. So it was few from Brewdog, few from Vocation, with different collaborations. So yeah, stouts definitely.
Mine's probably a toss up. If we're going down the supermarket avenue, mine would be a toss up between the what's that Brewdog one? Libra, Choco Libra. I really love that beer. I really liked it. And then on the other hand, it would be Tram from Salt. I thought that was a cracking beer. But we've had a good year beer-wise, I think, for the supermarkets. I think we've had a really good year. It's pushing.
I think craft beer scene is especially in supermarkets. It's grown nicely. Maybe I was a little bit disappointed with the Aldi range, because most of those beers were like not superb, but maybe because of the price range that they've been like pushed in, so the brewers had no really like space to play around. So
playing with like a set amount to work off. I mean, like anything really, if you're given X amount of money to work with and that's all you can make from it, it is what it is. I haven't really dabbled that much with the Aldi and Lidl stuff. I mean, Scott, if he's still on, I know he did a hell of a lot of the beers, and some of them he was really made chuffed to bits with. $1.69 a can, absolutely banging from what he went on.
Yeah, but you can see that the scene is developing when you can buy Home Bargains craft range now.
Everyone's having a go at it, some shape or form.
Those beers, what you can find in Home Bargains, called Taproom. It's their own brand. It's brewed especially for the owner of the Home Bargains. So, yeah, why not?
Fair play. Another question from Scott. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I saw the first series. It's all right. Yeah.
No, it gets better and better, Christoph. Seriously, it gets better and better, mate. If you're a geek like I know Scott is, and I know you like Star Wars as well, and I love it. It's proper geek fodder, that stuff is. I loved it. Thomas again. Yeah, I know you've had some right dead ducks. Okay, fair dues. I mean, yeah.
And like I said, you have to add Home Bargains now to the range.
Yeah. I mean, JB's just put down here as well about Asda. We haven't got an Asda around my way, so I can't comment. But the ones that I've been in when I've gone up to Stafford to visit family, the Asda's a bit wishy-washy with what's on the shelves. Really, very stagnant. A lot like how Sainsbury's were. I mean, luckily they're starting to have a piece of the pie now. Better late than never. That's how I see it. They should have jumped on it 2 or 3 years back, all the same. But hey, it's opportunity now. Yeah, it's done with. But yeah, their range is slowly getting bigger, and I think I've seen a few posts on social media of pictures of craft beer in Sainsbury's, and there's like loads in there, loads of Williams stuff. I think it's the Sainsbury's up in Scotland though.
I don't know exactly, but you can find some beers that like Brewdogs what it was, the nitro one, jet black hard nitro. It was only in Sainsbury's. I couldn't find it anywhere else.
We've still got that complication, haven't we? Of I can get a beer that you can't get, and vice versa. Up and down the country, that seems to be sort of prevalent in Tesco big time. Scott, agree, JB. Utter crap, Asda. Yeah.
Yeah, recently there's nothing interesting there.
Happy holidays to you as well, chap.
Yeah.
And then Thomas, high top shelf. So yeah, I mean, just going back to the Camden one before we move on to the Vocation. It's very, very nice, isn't it? It is. You can tell you're drinking a quality Pilsner. It is next level stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, and it still has the character of the like a style.
It's just next level stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just much richer and softer.
Yeah,
especially with carbonation, because carbonation is very like tiny bubbles that you can really like skip them, but then you can feel the gas coming back. But when you're drinking, you don't really feel this carbonation.
Yeah, it's. I think the only disappointment for me on it is obviously the price. Whether we say $7.50 or $8.50, it is a very, very drinkable Imperial Pilsner, and I would want to go back to it again, but the price would put me off. I've tried it, and that's it. I put it to bed now.
Yeah.
If we were looking at about $5 a bottle, I'd be on that quite a bit, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the problem. But on the other hand, barrel aging can be very, time consuming, and of course
it comes at a price, and that reflects on what it is.
Because first you need to find the right barrels, then you need to put beer that you could sell straight away in the barrels and wait for a few months.
Well, I think what they do is that they start knocking this out at the beginning of the year, stick it in the old barrels, and then forget about it till the back end of the year, and then bring it out.
So you have to like pay for the storage, really, keep the right temperature, and just keep beer in the right condition. But of course, you're not generating any income from this.
I'm sure they're old. They're olding and folding. There's old Camden.
Even with a big brewery, it can be very expensive, and
So the hops in this one, we've got Pearl, Hallertau, Tradition, Hallertau Blanc, yeast, Bavarian lager yeast, and the malt is Pilsner wheat. I would recommend it though.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I was right about German hops.
It's decent enough. 10% ABV. I get a little bit of warmth, but I wouldn't say I was drinking a 10% beer, to be honest with you. It does hide it rather nicely.
The alcohol is really nicely hidden. You don't even really have a warming sensation in your throat. So yeah, it's nice.
Smooth. I love the mouthfeel to it. So smooth.
Just drink rich beer and that's it,
Yeah. So far so good then. Vanessa Kitty, hi to you, Vanessa. Still can't find the Vocation in any Tesco.
Well, it's in Gateshead if you want. It's in Gateshead.
There you go, JB. Get on in Gateshead, mate. I know someone who likes to pay a lot for beer. Got my vocation ready. Can't get the Camden as I don't live in the Waitrose. Oh, I do. I must admit, I love going into Waitrose when I've just finished work and I'm in my glad rags. And
it was a journey for me. I had to go to the center of Newcastle to find a small Waitrose. That's why it took so long, because I had to make a journey.
Yeah.
Most probably I would find Waitrose more often on the motorway to London than somewhere around.
Yeah, it is a dear old place, I must admit. I don't know how people can afford to shop in there, put it this way, but I go in there just to have a look at the beers, because they do, to be fair, they do some good beers.
Well, you know what? When I looked on other beers, like normal beers, they have decent schemes. They have 4 to 6, so like Desco.
Yeah, they did a good deal on they had 6 packs of Budvar, the Czech stuff, the good stuff, and Pilsner Urquell back in the summer. Now 330ml cans, but a 6-pack, and I think they were £4. I mean, that's pretty good value, to be honest with you, because I know in Tesco's you're looking at £5 or £6, maybe more.
Yeah, they're just going by costs,
Okay, let's just alley up again. Just warmed up on a couple of days. Oh, what days have you been drinking?
Mm-hmm. Lucky you.
Rodders. Kushti. Hooker. Plonker. DJ. How you doing, Lee? Hope you're doing well, mate. Are you having a few beers tonight?
Well, right, okay. It looks like from some comments I can see that someone had a few beers already. Yes.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. So yeah, I like that. I do like it. If they knock it down to a £5 again, like they did last year, I'll probably get another bottle. So
yeah,
we'll leave it at that. We'll move on to the Vocation now. If you want to do the introduction on this one, Christoph, mate, while I grab a glass.
Well, so we have very nice can, nice color. It's like purple-ish smears on the can, quite metallic. So it's Vocation Imperial Kirsch chocolate and cherry stout. So Kirsch is very, very German really name. Is there anything interesting here? 11%, slightly higher than the last beer. We are in the range.
Okay, cognac barrels then.
Yeah, barrel aging as well. Yeah.
Wow. Morella cherry.
But really, there's not so much information on the can. Well,
I had just to keep it, I suppose, yeah, from what you just said, basically, I had somebody comment on a video a day or two ago about what they felt about information being on the back of a can. What's your opinion on it? Are you for loads of information or just what you need to know, sort of thing? Bare bones.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I like nice stories when they are funny and not overcomplicated like they used to be on Brewdog. Just if something is interesting, funny, Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And just like ingredients. I would like to know ingredients. So malts and some additional stuff and hops. It really helps because sometimes you can learn a lot if you know what you can find. If you see that you have citra, you know what to expect, and
Yeah.
then judge the beer, for example.
Yeah. I do.
So
Yeah, I do like that.
if
A
you
hop
see that you
profile.
have 3 different American hops and you can't smell anything and taste anything, like where they are, what they done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have
I like it when breweries put that on.
perspective
I'm,
on the beer.
I'm not too. I'm not too fussed about stories and stuff, or if they've got a small sort of paragraph of
Yeah, not
out or
not too
something,
much.
maybe.
Just
Yeah.
few
Yeah.
funny words. It will be all right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the hop lineup, that should always be is like default in ingredients. What hops have gone into it. But I mean, some breweries are really good at doing that, and then other breweries it's just basic ingredients: water, malt, barley. The bare
Yeah.
bones stuff. Okay, let's just go on the comments again. Lee, oh, that's a really good bloody stout. That is. I never reviewed it, but I did try a can of it, and I was impressed with it. It did everything it wanted to. It said on the can for me. The caramel was gooey. Love it.
Yeah, Sweet Temptation was very, very good.
Aliots saturated in. Oh yeah, belters, mate. But they went down the hatch rather quick. Lawrence Dye ordered 16 beers from Beers of Europe around 4 weeks ago. The first lot never came as a pint damaged. Oh. Yeah,
Yeah, it can be a problem. Like I've posted today the unboxing. I was waiting for it. For long time because it's supposed to come on 6th of December, something around at least.
yeah.
For the St. Nicholas Day. A nice present from my wife. But of course, it was late. And, every day she was checking and like, not yet. It's not even packed yet. So, yeah, it was late, like 2 weeks. And everything was,
It's frustrating.
available. It's not like, I don't know, they haven't been ordering from Poland. It was already in a storage. So what they've been doing, packing beers for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I had that problem with a couple of deliveries from Belgium in a box. The turnaround was like 6 weeks. Yeah, I appreciate that we've got this COVID going around, and people's sort of it's not as smooth as what normal business is like. But other companies have managed to sort of like get their head around it and just crack it on and get the beers out sort of like next day delivery almost, or a couple of 4 days at tops. But with them, it was just like a 6-week turnaround. And then I had one delivery. I think it was my second order that I put in with them. The first order, there was 2 breakages in there. I mean, they were good as gold with it. They said they'd refund me, and they did. The second delivery, the actual DPD driver, he handed it to me, and the bloody beer was dripping out the bloody cases. He was handing it over to me. It was a bottle of Castile Triple that had smashed, and it was just seeping out. Now I'll take it, mate. I'll take it.
Yeah, it can happen.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Brew York. I like that. I like what they do. To be fair, I do like what they do.
Yeah, they have nice beers, and they doing like it in a nice pathway. They always have fancy names, fancy stories in the background. Well, someone is thinking there, definitely.
It takes me back to the remember the Tom Conco that we did. Did we do the light and the Imperial in one sitting? I think we
I
had
can't
this.
remember now.
Well, it might have been with Scott. I know it might have been with Scott that I did. I thought we did both when we did it. I mean, it's going back a few years now, isn't it? That 2 or 3 years when we did that. But I can remember the Imperial one that we did. But fantastic stuff. Really, really good. Yes, let's get it open, shall we? On that note.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Oil. Yes. Love it. Love it. The head's well, it's going down on itself, but it's more or less the same colour as the bloody beer.
Yeah, it's very dark, very dark. But
Yeah.
the bubbles are tiny, almost like nitro.
Wow. Lovely.
Very thick. You can
It
see
is.
it's barely moving in a glass. Nice.
Right. Aroma.
Ooh, sweet.
Whoa,
Sweet.
that's like bloody cherry pie, isn't it?
And cherry. It's like really mix of Kirsch and some cream.
Cherry pie. Yeah, cherry pie with a massive dollop of bloody clotted cream. Wow, that smells really good. It don't smell fake, does it? It smells like the
No, no,
real
no.
deal with the cherries.
Nice sweetness, vanilla with cherry, little bit of sourness, but you can get it from fruits as well. So, yeah, it smells very.
Salivating on this one, mate. I think we got to go in on this one.
Ah,
It smells really, really good.
oh yeah,
Cheers, everyone. Cheers,
that's
Christoph.
okay. Wow,
Oh man, alive! I think we found the best stout in the supermarket.
super sweet, but with decent sour note. It's fruity,
Oh,
but it's almost like drinking syrup. You have
yeah, a puree.
yeah,
Yeah. I see where you're coming from with that. With the sweetness in there as well. Oily and it hangs around on your mouth. Doesn't
very
it? Full
thick,
on flavours.
very thick. But yes, it's almost like you have cream. You have your cherry syrup, and then you have on the bottom slightly burnt cake crust.
It's a pie in a glass, isn't it?
And hint of cognac. Really, you have a brandy on the end as well.
Yeah.
A little bit of alcohol. Everything is super rich, super smooth, and it's just a treat, real treat.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
true Christmas beer.
that's the one to beat now.
Ah, lovely.
Three or four sips from it. That is the one to beat. That is absolutely glorious.
Well, I must say that from those stouts last year, no one can beat this one, because if you would compare those beers, they were like, distant cousins, poor relatives.
Yeah. I mean, the going rate for the stouts at the moment, we're looking at the £3.50 mark. £5 money well spent in my book.
Yeah. It's a different league.
Yeah, different league, and I'd go back on that. That's if you're Christmas Day, you have your plate filled with turkey, and you've got all the trimmings. You take it all down. You probably have a nice light beer to wash it down with. You want to skip pudding, have a can of that.
Definitely skip pudding. It's not worse. You have Christmas pudding here. It's much
you've got it right there,
and much nicer.
Yeah, that is really, really impressed. Yeah, it's fantastic. It really is.
And it's so delicate, velvety,
smooth as you like, and it's smooth as you like. It's kind of on that cusp of being sickly sweet, but
yes,
it's got that enticement of wanting to go back to it.
But cherry, I think, makes it, because it gives this sourness and fruitiness beer.
Yeah, a nice little edge of sourness. Not too much though, is it? But it's there. Yeah. I think there's more sweetness in it than sour, but it is in there.
Yeah, but maybe because of this, it's still very drinkable. If it was only sweet, you would just have a few sips and, oh no, it's too much for me. But it's sour and fruity as well.
And I think the chocolate keeps it in line a little bit as well. The milk chocolate sweetness keeps the cherry in line a little bit, and not it doesn't send it overboard.
Yeah, like I said, it is like some burnt notes here, but it's like a burnt cake, so it's still sweet, but it's burnt. But everything is covered in a liquid chocolate, so yeah.
Yeah, I feel for you. Yeah. I really do feel for you. That's pretty bad.
Well, you had your money back, so you can buy more Vocation Imperial Kirsch. Skip other beers.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from with that. To be honest with you, Elliot. Yeah, it's got that traits of the Black Forest Gatto that's been liquidized.
Yeah, they have nice cherries on top. Yeah.
Google. If in doubt, Google it. Well, yeah, it's. I mean, they've really, again, I suppose a brewery that you would group up on the supermarket. They've stamped their authority on their beers. Really, they've not ever since Love and Hate for me. I think that's where it all started for them. When they rolled out Love and Hate, that's when they were on to something else, and they've just got better and better and better.
Yeah, you know what? Now they built nicely the brand, so now even if you see Vocation and Brewdog on one shelf, you would probably choose Vocation instead of Brewdog, because most of them Vocation beers are much better now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've always said, and I'll still stick to it to this day. Brewdog know what they're doing when it comes to dark beers, to a certain degree. But now these guys are on the scene. You know, I think it's sort of like Brewdog are sort of looking over their shoulder a little bit, thinking, "Hang on a minute, we've got a serious bloody player here."
Yeah.
Because to knock out something like this, I mean, this is to coin a phrase, bottle shop material right there on a £5 plus sort of price tag, and to get it in Tesco's for £5 a can is, I suppose it's normal now, isn't it, because of all what's gone on. But 5 or 6 years ago, to say that that's on a supermarket shelf, you'd be like, no fucking way, I'm not having any of that. It's become normal now, isn't it? But it's really good. For the consumer, it's great.
Yeah.
It's really great.
You really can't go much further. You have Imperial Stout here. So what can be even better? But barley wine? Not a stout area, isn't it?
It's hard to gauge it. I mean, you'd like to think that in the winter months that they'll just push and push and push the dark stuff. Imperial stouts, Imperial porters, Baltic porters. I mean, you don't know. The options are endless, really, for the brewer and the supermarket connection.
Because really, they don't tried Baltic porters yet. They have Russian Imperial stouts, yes, but Baltic porters, no. And they can be as rich or even more on different yeast. You have low fermentation yeast that can produce even more rich, indulgent beer. It depends how you would treat this beer. Barrel aging process. There are different ingredients, fruits, maybe plum. Well, who knows? Like you can add smoked plums, and this will be something beautiful.
They've got the balls in their court. I mean, we had the pleasure of the supermarkets introducing us to Brut IPAs a couple of years ago, thinking that was the next big thing, and it died on its arse, didn't it? Really, it was a complete failure.
Whole idea of do the treachery of introducing enzymes to the beer. It's like, well, it didn't add much to the beer itself. It was
just mouthfeel, if nothing.
Yeah, just a little bit drier, but you can achieve this, with conventional methods.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I could never. I think I tried 2 or 3 brute IPAs, and it was every one was just a failure for me. And I think that came across.
I was very surprised with the Aldi Brut IPA, because I thought it is a nice beer, and it was only Brut IPA that really I enjoyed it. I don't know, the cheapest, but maybe mature. How to say it? Process or something, or someone had to think about this properly. I don't know.
Yeah. Good call on the dry gate.
Yeah, they're doing very good beers as well. Kokonoko.
JK, always have another beer rather than a pudding. I think I would lean towards that. You know,
Well,
a can of this after, you know, to binge on a big Christmas dinner and then plonk yourself on the sofa in front of the telly with a can of this. I'd be in the element, to be honest. It's fantastic.
Well, I've tried Christmas pudding like twice or maybe 3 times. No.
I've never been a fan of it.
Which I would enjoy really. And adding whiskey to it, well, I would rather drink whiskey than eat this. But it's my perspective.
No worries.
Yeah, not common at all.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely you will be satisfied with the Vocation.
Yeah, fair play. Enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the beer. It's the beer that's going to take the beating. Yeah, it's the highest ABV beer, and it's £2 more. But I tell you what, that's going to take some bloody beating. It really is. But it just raises the bar, doesn't it? It raises the bar as a consumer. You know, the supermarket are going to get the feedback from it, and I'm sure it's done really well. I can't see people not being happy with this beer. There might be a few people out there that didn't like it, but I think the majority of people.
I was in Tesco yesterday, and I saw how they put the beers on the shelves, and you can see the shelf for only stouts, right? So you have Vocation breakfast stouts, and then Brewdog stouts, and on the end is this one. So well, you can compare. You can buy all of them and compare. It would be nice.
Yeah,
nice video to compare all of them.
it would be a good video.
It goes from like 6% to 11. So really, it's hard to imagine that it's anything that would compare to this one. So.
I mean, in all fairness, I've been impressed with both beers tonight. To be fair, the Camden one it's very nice, very nice. Out of the two, I would go Vocation all day long. Not because it's cheaper; it's just I suppose more up my street.
Well,
with
you can have 3 cans of Vocation for 2 bottles of Camden. So yeah. But like I say, this is super rich and sweet. So if someone doesn't like sweet beers, it can be a problem. But Camden is not. It's sweet as well, but in a different way. It's just a natural maltiness, sweetness.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a richness of itself as well, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it is quite a rich beer. It's just
just Imperial.
Polar opposite styles, aren't they? Complete polar opposite styles. Even though they're both like rich, sweet beers, they're just the other end of the spectrum. But both good.
Yeah, definitely. It was a nice session.
Yeah, nice session beers.
As the session beers goes, but I have something even more sessionable, I think. So what I'm doing recently, mead.
Mead, wow.
Yeah, mead.
Okay.
and it's extra refreshing. I was very surprised, really, because usually it's quite sweet. Well, you can imagine.
I've only had one bottle of mead before, and that was from is it Nosals of London? And it was really good actually. I enjoyed doing it. There is a review out there somewhere of me trying it, and it was like a crossover between sort of cider and sort of sparkling perry, or very very soft, delicate mouthfeel.
Yes,
Super drinkable, very refreshing.
Like you see, it's quite old-fashioned bottle, right? Only 13%.
Session beer.
Oh, you know what? You would be surprised. The mouthfeel is very, very sessionable. Because it's almost like wine, like white wine, just sweet and honey. But it's delicate and refreshing. That's a nice and surprising thing. You drink it like the stout. The stout is rich. This one is sweet, but light, right? So you have nice honey notes, but also you have fruitiness, lightness, refreshing, a little bit of bitterness. That is surprising. But it's super drinkability in this mead that surprised me. It drinks very, very easily. You can spend all night drinking this, really. Well, you can have a meathead if you want. Yeah, so it's a very, very nice drink.
Bang on, mate. Bang on. Also, as well, I just noticed on your thumbnail, Ali, up, you've got a bottle of the Chimay Grand Reserve as well. I'm guessing you're a big fan of that to have it as your thumbnail. It's a belting beer, that is, as well. I need to do a review of it. I've had it a few times, but I've never actually turned the camera on for it. But I think it warrants a review. One of them sort of beers.
Yeah, it's like another session beer to drink.
I've seen it on Amazon a few times as well. Your big cage cork 750ml bottle. I think it's 13 quid. It is expensive considering you can buy it online for like £5.50 from various Belgian bottle shops online. About £5.50, £6 a bottle. But I think if you just want something decent and you want it delivered by Amazon the next day, then 13 quid, maybe can be persuaded.
Well, just imagine that you added cost of transport to the bottle, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, if you were just buying one single bottle of beer from an online retailer, then you're gonna be looking at a £5 minimum, aren't you, for P&P?
Yeah.
So if you look at it like that, I suppose it's not too shabby, is it? Well, that's the Camden gone. Yeah, I know it's gonna not everybody's gonna be able to sort of justify spending £8.50, £7.50 on a bottle of beer. I do get that, and I really did hesitate on
Well,
it.
if you would
myself,
compare this price to this Kirsch, then you need to like think about, because the cost of the producing beer, most probably the Vocation one, it's much more expensive to produce because they have expensive ingredients in it, and Camden is just more malts added and just aged in beer. But Vocation was also in expensive barrels, isn't it?
That's your man right there. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. I don't give scores. I like to do it every now and again on lives with the likes of yourself or whoever I'm with. That's a 10 out of 10 beer for me.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because what you can compare to this beer? Nothing.
It's all its competitors on the shelves in supermarkets. It leaves in its wake. It's on that. It's up there on its own at the moment.
Yeah,
Nothing,
you can compare to this beer something that's definitely it's not on the supermarket shelves. You can compare to this, the top shelf Imperial porters, Imperial Russian stouts, something like this, from all over the world, but not from the supermarket.
Yeah. Yeah. Ali, yeah, I'm a big Belgian beer and Belgium self fan. Go every. Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
Kung Flu. Yeah, I do like that Kung Flu. Yeah, it's ruined everybody's bloody journeys. Dark Star Imperial Stout, 10.5%. I've been aging it for a couple of years. Might open it at Christmas. Oh
Yeah, why not?
Dark Star. Well, I mean, pot of Fuller's. Didn't know they did an Imperial Stout. What's the name of it, Lee? I wouldn't buy it for the price, but hey, why? Yeah, I get where you're coming from there.
Surprise, like I had the surprise on a till, pound less than I expected. Why not?
I mean, I spoke to my mate in the week about this, saying that me and Christoph were going to do a live with these beers, and we mentioned King Cobra, which me and Christoph have actually reviewed.
Yeah.
We did it on live, didn't we, a while back?
Yeah.
It's there or thereabouts. I think this is that little bit more flavour wise than something like that. But as a consumer wanting value for money, 750ml bottle of King Cobra for £5.
Yeah.
We're looking at about this sort of ABV, aren't we, for King Cobra? What is that, 9, is it?
No. It was less. I think it was like
8?
7, I think.
Okay. I always thought it was more.
No, definitely it wasn't so high.
Yeah.
But you have big bottle, and recently it was in Tesco, discontinued, and I had it for £3 or something.
Bargain. Absolute bargain. I mean, yeah, it's an Imperial Pilsner. It's not barrel aged, but it's still got some oomph about it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find out what it was. It was very, very. It's only 5.2 King Cobra.
Okay.
But it was
What ABV?
5.2,
What? I thought it was more than that.
and it was bottle conditioned.
Oh, fucking hell. I'll be damned. I always thought that was IABV stuff. It must have been when we reviewed it.
But I think it was more.
Yeah. They must have knocked the ABV down on that. I could have swore it was. I thought it was about 9%, 8 or 9% when we did it. I mean, it's going back a few years. We did the Gran. Is it the Gran in Tichy as well that we did? That's a big bottle of.
Ah.
I mean, over the years, me and Christoph.
Definitely, it was 7.5%.
Yeah.
King Cobra.
So they've lowered it.
Yeah, looks like significantly. I would say 7.5 it was when we've done it.
I don't know why they do that. I mean, that pisses me off, to be honest with you, when they start taking ABVs down from beers. Because you might as well just have Cobra, aren't you? What's that? What's Cobra? 4.7, 4.5? The bog standard stuff.
Now probably it's much less.
That annoys me when they do that.
Yeah, they call it double fermentation.
Skimming around the issue, mate, there.
Yeah. But I had like a nice impression of this beer, and actually it was first brewed in my own town in Poland, in Kielce.
What was it?
Yeah. Because Palm Brewery built completely new brewery in my town, and they were producing their own beers, some new lager stuffs as well, like a Voyak series, different Voyaks lagers. Yeah, it was a whole new big brewery, and they were producing King Cobra as well.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think I've had it since we did it, but I think we both enjoyed it back then.
Oh yeah, it was very
What
nice.
it was.
Nice presentation, big bottle, a little bit more
easy drinkable. Yeah.
It was much lighter than Camden, but it has like origin in Indian beer, so Asian lagers are much lighter, definitely.
No, it's my curry house. When we could go there and actually sit in there and have a curry and not have to worry about anything, they used to have bottles of that in there. It was considerably more than what you'd pay in the supermarket. I think they used to sell it for about, just shy of £10 a bottle.
Yeah, but it looks nice, isn't it?
It looks nice. It looks nice, and it's a decent Imperial Pilsner at the end of the day. It's mass produced, but it does the job. It does the job. It's not void of flavour. There is something about it. The 5.2 ABV version that's been prostituted out at the moment is probably a shadow of its former self.
I think it's pointless. You can't really call it Imperial anymore. 5%.
It makes a mockery of it all, though, doesn't it? When you're doing that,
What it was recently that it was like 4.5 and they call it Imperial. I'm like, what?
Oh,
What
yeah.
it was? It was something like this. I can't remember now. But I thought, you know what? With low ABV, call it Imperial. Imperial is well above the standards. And standard, it's about 5%.
I think, I mean, that annoys me when people do, when breweries do things like that. It does annoy me because it's a kind of, it's a trending sort of word, isn't it? Imperial at the moment in a beer sort of world. If you're a beer geek, a beer fan, Imperial, it's a word that draws you in. And then when brewers are doing, I mean, I had a bottle the other day from my local wine shop. It was a Belgian double IPA, Belgenius, I think it was called. Never seen it before. I thought I'll give it a bash. Double IPA, 7%. Now to me that doesn't register as a double IPA.
No, definitely.
You know, it's 1% under to cross that line. That's how I see it anyway. But I think I don't know, if you're new to beer and you see something like that,
No, yeah,
you know, I mean, 7% ABV. If you just get into it, if you've been drinking all the low stuff for years and years, and then
yeah,
you 7% bottle of beer on the shelf in the
yeah.
supermarket,
You're
then
doubling already.
oh, what's all this about? And you know, it becomes the norm after a while. But if you're new to it, then it's a different ball game.
If you've been drinking, you know, those 3.5, 4% beers, and then you have 7, 8.
Yeah,
Oh,
scary.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, as you well know, mate, and probably other guys watching, over time, it becomes the ABV really becomes irrelevant.
No. Sometimes you can have much nicer beer that it's 4% than 7, 8. So
Yeah,
it doesn't matter really.
yeah. No, it don't matter. Don't matter. I don't. What else do you want to purchase? If you go into you go into a bottle shop, or you're on a web page and you're searching for beer. Does the ABV sell it to you, or is it the branding and the style and the brewery that sell it to you? What does it for you then, mate?
It depends what I'm looking for. Because recently I'm like settled on a low level beer from Lidl's just for the price, right? So they have 4-pack of half a liter cans. How it's called? Oh, it used to be the craft range, right? And it's 5%, and it costs below £4. It's a decent beer. I'm not saying it's like super tasty, but for this price, for this ABV and decent taste, I would drink it.
Okay.
So I'm buying it when I just want a beer. I don't want to like go over it and taste and everything. It's a decent beer, right? It's a decent beer. I know that I can have better ones, but they are much worse as well. So I have a beer just to quench my thirst, nothing else. And I didn't find the cheaper ones. You know, You have a 4-pack of half-a-liter cans below £4.
Well, I picked.
I think it's £3.79 or something like this. It can be better.
I picked this up today from my local. We went out. Me and the wife. We went and picked a Chinese up. And I went into my local Nissan and picked this up.
Oh, Dwaro. Manor House beer. Yeah.
Litre bottle, £3.79.
Yeah, I think I have something similar.
5% ABV, light craft beer, 1
The
litre.
Lithuanian one.
Lithuania, yeah, that's right, yeah.
I think I had a very similar one, but slightly different label.
Now.
And swing top, I like swing tops.
Yeah, but I mean, £3. I think it's £3.79 for a litre. I'm not inspecting miracles.
No, it's a decent beer. It is a decent beer, and especially for this price, it's all right.
Yeah, there was this in there, and then there was another one, but I think that was a pale ale. I think it was both from the same. I think they were Lithuanian. But I just grabbed that. I thought, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, you know what? It's all right.
Right, okay. Let me just get on top of the comments again. They seem to be popping up. Okay, Lee again. They are talking. They're talking here. We don't quite. Yeah, just does me head in. Why they have to mess about with stuff? Because ultimately they're changing the beer, aren't they? They're from what you're used to. They're defacing it, I guess.
Yeah, usually you can find out only when you are checking some old ratings, and you can see 5.6. Well, this one is only 5.2.
Yeah.
Oh, Wrocław. Very good place for breweries like Browar Stomostów, for example. Beautiful beers.
They're definitely up there. They're definitely up there.
You can
I haven't had any Polish craft beer.
Craft beers on actual airport.
Okay. Knockback beer, isn't it?
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's nothing super interesting, but it's like old-fashioned beer made on the spot in a manor house.
I've had worse. And for the price, for the amount of beer that you're getting, it's not too bad, to be honest. It's just like you say, we're in conversation, we're having a beer. It's just one of them sort of beers. You don't have to worry about it. It's just there for you.
I think I would compare this beer to all those Belgian beers. Just a beer, simple everyday beer. It's nothing special in it, but it's there to drink. That's it.
Yeah, it's a little bit bready, sweet breadiness.
Yeah, it's like homemade, isn't it?
Yeah, it basic, simple, does the job.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be hard to find 1 litres in a supermarket of this sort of caliber. You wouldn't do it. It wouldn't happen, would it? No, I'll make short work of that. Right. Okay.
You can easily make an Imperial version of this beer. It will be the same malty and just plain, but just malty, isn't it?
Yeah, I've always appreciated a good European macro lager. I have. It's been a long while, and I'll probably return to it back in the summer months when the weather gets better. I like dipping my toes in the water with stuff like Polish, Romanian, Latvian, Lithuanian, Bulgarian macro beers. They're no bells and whistles, but I tell you what, they just wipe the floor with the stuff that's being made in this country.
Yeah, you know what? I think the main difference is that they are like full in body, richer.
Nothing watery. Yeah, there's no wateryness about it.
No, definitely not. And usually you have a slightly higher ABV, like 5 and above, something like this.
Yeah.
So even like a standard lager is slightly above the level of the British one.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it is.
Dr. Brew.
Yeah. It is a huge craft beer scene in Poland.
Is that Brother Pinter?
Oh, Pinta, yes, Pinta.
They're up there, aren't they?
Cool. There's lots of different ones. I think it's about almost 500 different breweries.
Yeah, I think JB's done a video
Oh
on
yeah,
the comparison. I haven't watched it yet. I just beggars belief why they mess about with it.
Reinbacher. Oh, it's Aldi, not the Lidl. Perlenbacher is in Lidl's.
Erlenbacher. I always get them mixed up.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you
No
as well.
problem. Merry Christmas, mate.
Bavaria. But you know what? It's quite decent. I must say, it's quite decent.
Yeah. They know that they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Which one?
Yeah, which one? I mean, this is my Pilsner Urquell glass, and I absolutely love it. I really sort of go to town in the summer months. I go to town on this glass. It's just it just.
Yeah,
I don't know how you feel, Christoph. Something
just
feels right in the hand.
Yeah, it's just practical.
It's there's enough liquid in there to keep me happy, and it feels good in the hand. Lovely stuff. Okay, we're all up to date on comments. So what? Hour and 24. Yeah, we're there or thereabouts now. I think with the degustation that we've had tonight, I've enjoyed it. I've really have enjoyed it. I think both beers have been really. Beer of the night for you then, Christoph, out of the two.
Different styles. But I think the Imperial Kirsch is, above everything. So Camden as a Imperial Pilsner is all right. I like it very much. A little bit overpriced, even for Imperial Pilsner, and barrel aged, because you have barrel aged Imperial Stout, which is cheaper. So, well, come on, think about this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a percentage in it with ABV. The Camden Imperial Pilsner 10%, the Vocation barrel aged
11.
11%. £5 for the Vocation, or £8.50, £7.50 for the Camden. All day long for the Vocation for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're different styles, but
The quality is, I think, very nice for both beers. But if you compare prices to it, well, there is only one winner, definitely.
yeah, it's a no-brainer. Vocation all day long, and I will go back to that Vocation as long as it's on the shelves. I will go back to that because it's
You know what? I just had a thought. That this is very nice breakfast beer.
Oh, I won't go that far, mate.
Yes, I can see drinking this to the pancakes and maple syrup and everything. Yeah.
Each to their own, I guess.
Well, especially for if you have like a special occasion, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every day, but
I mean,
it would be nice.
from what I heard from other people that have reviewed this beer, they've really banged on the drum about it, bigged it up, and rightly so as well. I'm sort of like I'm in their corner with it. It's up there for me. Stout wise, Imperial Stout wise in the supermarket, that is the bee's knees.
Yeah,
Is the one to
this
watch.
is just a clear quality, even if it's like above other beers price wise, because most of them is like, I think the Brewdog is £4, isn't it?
The Roaster Coaster.
Yeah, I think so. It's £4, and it's
Yeah.
already about 3.50
Yeah.
of other beers, and this one is 5. But well, you know what? It's superb beer.
The increase in price justifies the experience for me. You are getting that £5 value.
Yeah. But you know what? It is interesting because this can, it's £5, and obviously it was mass produced. For supermarket, you have to mass produced.
Oh yeah.
So they had like heavily invest in storage area in the barrels, and then store this beer for a long time. And like small breweries can't really compete. If they want to produce such a beer, they can, but it will be much more expensive for them to do it. For example, we've done some Imperial stouts from Durham Brewery. They were fantastic.
Yeah.
But they are very expensive.
But quality all the same.
They bottles are like 10, 12 pounds for a bottle.
Wow.
But they doing one barrel. So, well, it is like half of the capacity, really. Right?
Yeah. Well, I guess when you look at it from that angle, that's where the smaller boys haven't got the luxury of. I wouldn't say Tesco's have got Vocation's back or anything, but I'm sure they've got some sort of arrangement. I mean, Vocation are well established in the supermarkets now. They've put their stamp on their shelves. It's embedded, you know, with the beers that they're rolling out. I'm not saying everything's hunky dory with Tesco's and Vocation and their relationship, but all the same, they're there. They've got they're exposed, yeah. But then the likes of Durham Brewery, like you mentioned, where they go through the same process as someone like Vocation with an Imperial Stout, but the cost is double, triple.
Yes.
Because they haven't got that luxury of volume, I guess.
Yeah, and they have to keep the beer that they depend to sell to survive. They have to keep it, right, for a long time, for 6 months at least, right, in a barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so their beers are quite expensive. Beautiful, but quite expensive at the moment, just because of the process. And
I can remember having the pleasure of trying some beers that you sent me.
The price can come down, but if you are microbrewery, always the price will be bigger because you can't afford it.
Yeah,
you have to compensate for your losses. When you're keeping this beer, when you can make a cheaper beer and go on the go, really, on everyday basis, and sell it and make money, but you have to keep it for a few months.
Yeah, true. I can remember. Yeah, I mean, you sent me some Durham beers, didn't you? Ages and ages ago. What was the name of that Imperial Stout that they do?
Imperius. Imperius and Diabolus stuff.
Yeah.
So Diabolus was like barrel aged kind of sour beer.
Yeah, you sent me quite a few, didn't you? I think it was a white stout.
Yeah.
There was an Imperial Stout. Yeah, it was, all in all, a solid, good all-round local brewery.
Bombay IPA.
Yes.
And this was quite rich as well.
All good stuff. All good stuff.
Yeah, the beers and quality it's just tremendous. And of course, it's more pricey because they are too small to afford bigger scale. That's the problem.
If you've got a good regional quality brewery at your disposal, it's worth its weight in gold. It really is. I mean, where I live, it's a bit of a wasteland when it comes to good beer. I'm not saying it's all bad, because it's not. I mean, you've got, if you like your real ale, then you've got Hook Norton Brewery, literally 5 or 6 miles up the road from where I live. Good traditional old school beers, but that's it really. The land craft wise, it's barren as fuck. There's nothing. Witchwood, that's like 8 miles up the road. Again, it just used to be something.
That's what it used to be, really.
Yeah. Hijacked. So it's pretty scarce around my neck of the woods. I mean, I know you've got some decent local stuff where in your area you've got some really.
There's many small breweries that they're making beautiful beers. It's I think the biggest is Witchwood. Then you have such a thing like Erings, Errant, then Anarchy, Tyne Beers, yeah, Hadrian Wood, Hadrian Wall, yeah. There are some nice breweries all around the place. Durham, even in Durham, you have Sonnet 43, I think. Now they changed the name to
S43. Yeah. Yeah.
They have nice beers. So all around there are small breweries. They're producing very nice beers.
Now, I think to a certain degree that's our job description when it comes to things like this, isn't it? As well.
Yeah.
If you can get a good, reliable local brewery, and bang on the drum with like what we do. We do a beer review. We big them up. We really enjoy what they're doing. We want to put it out there to people.
Yeah, that's why we're doing what we are doing. You want to share what you discovered. If you discovered a gem somewhere, you want to show to the world, I've got a gem here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's something else, mate. Have you ever had any staggeringly good stuff, Christoph?
No.
Keep your eye out, mate. Keep your eye out. Seriously, they're doing some really bloody good stuff at the moment. Coca-Dokas. I mean, stout-wise, Jesus, woo, that's good stuff.
Yeah. But I'm so close to those breweries and barely I have time to find those beers because obviously they are not in supermarkets. There's not so many craft shops to find those beers. Breweries are not open now, so the only way is to shop online. But there are some difficulties with shopping online. So they have good stuff, but they have problems to reach the wider scene. So it is a problem, especially for small breweries. They have problems with going around because
I've always had this sort of. I've always enjoyed browsing various bottle shops online and ordering. I've always enjoyed that. I don't know what it is. I mean, from ordering from Beers of Europe, Honest Brew, Beer Merchants, Beers on Web, Belgium in a Bottle, just everywhere. I don't know. I get some sort of satisfaction out of adding a beer to a basket, another beer, and having a little collection of beers. Proceed to checkout, blah blah blah, and then waiting for the beer to turn up. I've always had that sort of excitement,
Yeah, because everything looks fantastic, on a website, but the actual quality of the beer and the taste and the aroma, it's yours, right? So you want to open it and have a nice time with the beer. Sometimes it's disappointing, but not very often.
Mm.
Even if the beer is like average, you still can enjoy it
Yeah. Yeah.
because really there's not so many beers that they're disappointing. From time to time, yes, but not very often.
Mm. It's a funny one because I think I don't know. I mean, I buy from my local bottle shop, stroke wine shop when I can. You know, if I've got time is the issue with me. I'm stretched with time, and it comes at a cost sometimes, which annoys me. But
Yeah,
I'll try and go into my local bottle shop and see what he's got on available. It's not the best variety in the world, but all the same, he does his best and he tries to mix it up a little bit. So I'll go in there, see what he's got. But I always gravitate to online stuff. I always do. I don't know why. I think it's just the convenience of doing it all from your home, the comfort of your home,
but
and
you
just
know what?
browsing.
That's the problem. You have your channel, and you want to be competitive. You want to have stuff that no one else have, isn't it? So your local shop would not compare with this. You want to have a stuff that it's controversial, it's beautiful, foreign, for example. So, well, you have a good beers from your shop, but it's not what you want to show on your channel.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose there's some truth in that.
It's a part of this.
Yeah, there is a little bit of truth in that. But at the end of the day, it depends what sort of beer review head you've got on at the time. You're a little bit like me, where you don't sort of like you'll review anything basically, and I will
Yeah,
to a certain degree. I like stepping back to supermarket beers sometimes. The
well,
run
you
of the
know
mill.
what? Really, the most viewed videos are those very plain corpolages, really, because
Yeah.
everyone knows them. Everyone wants to see what they say about this, you know. So usually you have huge uh, viewing process on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really it's not very exciting. You've done it because well, it's very popular. It wasn't so bad, maybe, but it's not beer that you would come back to. But
Mm.
well, it makes it traffic on your on your channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes you get the beer that you're like, okay, I'll do it. It's not what I would like. I don't know who will know this beer even. It's something that I found. Okay, let's do it. It's something new,
Mm.
right? And then it's a hit. Well, what? Why? No, it's not a good beer. Uh, it's not very popular beer as well, right? But yeah, you have huge audience. Like, why?
Mm. Yeah. My biggest growth in is a beer from Thailand. Red Horse Lager. I think it's Thai or around that neck of the woods anyway. And I was like, I mean, I got gifted that from I forget who sent it me now. Years ago, someone gave it me, and I was expecting it to just be a no frills sort of lager, which it was. But it's like biggest video that I do. Unbelievable. I never have guessed it.
You know what? I think you would not guess it at all. My most viewed video is Malta Guinness. It's
Okay.
Nigerian non-alcoholic malt drink from Guinness.
I
Right?
have seen that in
You would
some of
not
these.
expect that it will produce like over 4,000 views. Right? It's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
What? Malta Guinness? I never heard of this before I found it.
It's like a little. Is it like a little 330ml bottle?
No, yeah, it's just a small bottle,
Yeah.
and it just
Mark, the beer are good. How are you doing, Dean and Christoph?
well, so far, every second better. Those beers are, like
Yeah, I think
engine oil.
that's in
Engine
the
oil.
county.
Yes.
Beer Wonder. We spent November travelling around local breweries, picking up local stuff, supporting local. Spent a fortune, but loved it. Yeah, you probably do spend that little bit more in supporting local, but as long as the product's good, then you don't mind spending that little bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah, obviously.
You get disappointed. You feel like you've been ripped off.
Yeah. You are paying decent price for the decent beer.
Yeah.
And, well, you just hope that they will produce something even more beautiful in the future.
Yeah.
This will be a problem now.
That's a throw of the dice, isn't it? At the end of the day, I mean, we'll probably end up getting stitched up, won't we, with P&P? The P&P. I mean, at the moment, an average beer order from that neck of the woods is about 15 to 18 euros, depending on how much you order. With obviously the changes from the 1st of January, I hope it stays the same, but I've got a funny feeling it's going to creep up.
Well, I think they can add some tax to the beer, definitely.
Yeah. There'll be lots of red tape attached to the postage and packaging costs, which is bloody annoying because the beer is so cheap. I mean, you can have a proper field day on some of the websites out there. You're looking at, I mean, a proper quality beer for €1.5, €2.
But just think about those German supermarkets like Aldi and the Lidls.
Yeah,
they get stuff straight from Germany. So now they could compete with with nice. Yeah.
Take it easy.
Thank you very much. With the prices, but now the German beer will be more expensive.
Yeah.
Unless they will produce it locally.
I'm just going to go to the toilet.
Oh. Oh, Bourbon County Stout. Well, it sounds very nice. Sounds really nice. I'm just juggling between Camden, Vocation, and the mead. Well, it will be shortly on the channel, but it is a Polish mead, Piastowski. It's Trójniak, so it means that it was produced with one part of honey and 2 parts of water. 13% ABV. Very balanced, clear, enjoyable, energetic, I would say. It's much lighter than you would expect. It's sweet, yes, but not too sweet. A little bit floral. But I was very surprised that it's so light and drinkable. And it's with cork. You see?
Yeah, okay.
Very easy drinking stuff.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've managed to find that anywhere. The Rochefort triple. Right, okay, we're coming up to 2 hours. I think we'll wrap it up now anyway. I've missed you, Christoph, actually, to be honest with you. Why it's gone this long without us doing any bloody reviews? It beats me. I don't know what happened.
Really, at the moment, if I have 1 day off a week, it's all right. It's just overwhelming.
Yeah,
just
well, I can imagine.
I have 1 day off, right? I'm coming home, and I'm zonked. Most of the day, I just sleep. So it's a waste of time. Wake up, have a drink, go to sleep again. That's it.
Yeah.
So I still managed to produce some content for the channel, but that's it. I'm not doing anything else. Where's my life? I don't know. I just keep working.
I think a lot of people can relate to that, though. It's, I don't know. It's a hamster's wheel, isn't it? You know, you just you're on it, and that's it. It's just impossible to get off it. I'm the same to a certain degree, where I let work consumes me sometimes. It shouldn't really, but it does. It takes over my life quite a bit, to be honest, and just it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. But it's always nice to kick back, like tonight, have a couple of decent beers with a friend that appreciates beer, and just relax and switch off for 2 hours. Interact with people out there.
Very nice. It's very nice. I think it's a whole concept of pub. We don't have to go. We can't go to pub. But we can
is now, isn't
it? And have a nice beer and talk. So yeah, we have like online pub. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not? You know, Jayco beer. Yeah, it's definitely worth a shout, mate. Definitely worth a shout. It'd be interesting to see what you think of it, Jake. I think you'll be mighty impressed with it.
Yeah,
mighty impressed with it.
You just need to know that it's sweet, and if you know that it's sweet, it will be nice.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, if you've got the time off to have a good session at the weekend and go through a lot of beer, this is the perfect end of session beer, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Just to finish everything off.
Don't start with this. No.
You just
unless you have something heavier.
Yeah. It's just one of them sort of beers. Lovely. Really, really good. I'll be getting some more of this over Christmas.
Yeah, you know what? You can spend whole Christmas with this beer.
It's not boring. There's plenty going on with it.
Yeah.
You know, for a £5 supermarket beer.
I think it has a very nice Christmas spirit in it, because you can find lots of Christmas cakes and sweets like mixed up in this beer.
The perfect pudding in the glass.
Yeah,
To sum it up, really.
Pudding.
Well, okay, we'll wrap it up at that anyway. So thanks everyone for leaving comments and taking the time to watch me and Christoph review the Camden and the Vocation beers. It's much appreciated.
Thank you very much.
We will try and keep the show on the road. I think
Yeah.
I think once a year is not enough. We need to do a little bit more together, because we had a little bit of a stint a few years back where we did quite a bit together. We've had the pleasure of drinking some really good beer.
It was every 2 weeks. It was something.
Yeah, yeah.
But recently, just had time to get around and have enough time to have such a chat.
Yeah, I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that.
Remember when I had a full weekend off this year? So
that's a luxury, isn't it? A luxury.
Well, it's only 2 days. I'm supposed to be off for 3, but I'm doing extra on Monday.
Okay. But yeah, we'll try and keep something regular-ish going anyway. At least it'll be more than once a year anyway. We've got to do that. That's something that we can both achieve, surely. Because we've had some really good reviews over the past sort of 4 years. I think me and Christoph have known each other for. We've had the pleasure of having some really, really good beer over the years. There's been a few bad ones in the mix, but the majority has been fantastic beers. We've had some good degustations.
Yes, definitely interesting.
Yeah, definitely interesting. So watch this space. My first live review for a very, very long time as well. I've enjoyed it. It's been good fun. Been good fun. So yeah, thank you very much. Take it easy. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao for now.